Excuses are the lies we tell ourselves so that it doesn't have to be our fault. Number 2, those who are good at making excuses are seldom good for anything else. And here's number 3. Excuses make sense to those people who are used to losing. Golly. Woo! Those hurt. Those hurt and they don't feel good. But they're good for you.
We're the 3%ers. Yeah. We're the 3%ers. Yeah. You gotta know what your word. Don't need more than just words. We don't just talk it, we live it. You want it, go get it and put in that word. We're the 3.
Hoorah, 3%ers. Welcome to 3% Mindset Podcast. I am your host, Steve Wilmer, your number one sales coach for insurance agencies. This is not a therapy session. Get to work or get off my podcast. Let's go. We're opening today's episode. I always like to give shout out to people who are using our training system and having great success. So today I want to recognize the Anthony Smith Agency over in Little Rock, Arkansas. Anthony's agency hit President's Club in Health this past year and also Multi-Line. And here's what he said. Your sales manual, the playbook, is absolutely gold. I appreciate you. And then, guys, he turned around and ordered 2 more playbooks. So that sales playbook is available. If you want the playbook, please make sure you message us. You can leave a comment. We'll get that out there to you. It is a whole book of sales techniques, things I have learned over 20 years in the industry. Again, don't take my word for it. Take Anthony's word for it. He says it is gold. All right, guys. I appreciate you, Anthony. Listen, on the last episode, I gave you guys 3 skill sets that separate 3%ers from average sales producers. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover 3 mindsets. I always say this, sales is so much more than a word track. Word tracks, important. Scripts, important, right? Professionals use scripts, amateurs wing it. You take the script. A lot of people say don't use a script. I believe everything's a script. What you've done is you've taken the script, you've made it yours. You've given the script a personality. The reason that a lot of salespeople say they don't like scripts, listen to this, is because they don't like sounding scripted. I use scripts all the time, but I don't sound scripted. The best analogy is think about your favorite movie. Think about your favorite actor, he or she. When they're in that movie, I hate to break this to you, it ain't real. It is a script, but yet it's your favorite movie. It'll make you cry. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you think. You'll be talking about it. You'll be recommending it to other people, and it's not even real. Somebody wrote the doggone script. Your favorite actor gave the script their personality. It gave them a part of them, and that's why you love it. Sales is no different. I'm telling you right now, take the script that we teach you. Give the script your personality. Bring the script to life, and I guarantee you, you're going to take your sales to the next level. All right, you get me off track. Pay attention. Today, I am going to be talking to you not about skill sets, but mindsets. I'm going to give you 3 mindsets that separate 3%ers like myself and hopefully like you from average producers. Now, guys, listen. If you have been listening to me for a while, you probably notice I don't spend a lot of time talking about products, okay? Because one of the whole things I talk about is we sell the problem that we solve, not the products. If you spend a lot of time talking about products and your product and how good your product is, it's probably why you are not excelling in insurance sales or in sales, period. So listen, sales isn't won between you and the customer based on a script. Sales isn't won between you and a customer based on your product or the price. I guarantee you it's won because of what's up here. My good friend Andy Dooley always says we're all the same from the neck down. It's from the neck up that separates us. It's what's between our ears. So mindset is so important. I'm going to keep going back to this. It's so important that that's what I named the doggone podcast, 3% Mindset. So many salespeople are always asking me, how do you do this? Teach me how to do this. How do you overcome that objection? How did you make this many sales? And I'll give you all of that. I promise you, I'm an open book. But as soon as I start talking about changing your mindset, they start to drift off. As soon as I start talking about what it takes up here between your ears, they don't want to hear that. It's almost like they want a magic pill. What's the magic pill to success? There is no magic pill. Oh, you gotta have good habits. Oh, I don't want a good habit. Just give me the pill. It doesn't work like that. If that's how you think, you gotta change your thinking. 3%ers understand that sales starts right up here. Change your mindset first, then you're gonna have the tools, the skill set to accomplish the things we're trying to accomplish. So let's dive into that. Let's talk about those skill sets. Those mindsets. We did the skill sets already. So, mindset. Here's the very first mindset that I had to learn. Again, these are things I had to learn. Number one, delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. It doesn't feel good. I know me. I want things and I want it right now. I'll say to my wife, I tell my wife, if you ever want to trigger me, all she has to say to me is this: be patient. Be patient. No, I don't want to be patient. I want it now. I want it done right now. I am impatient. At least I know that about myself. I'm working on it. Stop judging me. But I am a very impatient person. I want it now. I was on the computer earlier. I clicked on it and the computer was just kind of frozen a little bit. It wasn't moving fast enough and I found myself getting frustrated. I always say that the day that God was handing out patience, I left the line because it was taking too long. I ain't got time to be waiting for this, Lord. So the problem is this: we live in a world where everybody wants things now. The phone right now, streaming right now, getting this podcast right now, click on YouTube right now, I'm able to watch it right now. We want that same day delivery, and we want that one-click purchase. Like I said, initially, I was the exact same way. Unfortunately, a lot of salespeople bring that same expectation into sales. You've got to practice delayed gratification. You make 20 calls, sometimes you want to sell today. You talk to, 3 or 4 or 5 prospects, you want the sale today. But what you got to realize is you're setting yourself up for success in the future. Anytime a person is struggling in insurance sales, I'll ask certain questions, but one of the specific questions I ask yourself this: what does your pipeline look like? Your pipeline, the people that you have to talk to about insurance, whatever it may be, what does that pipeline look like right now? Do you have a hot list? Do you have a list at all? So delayed gratification is understanding that today I'm going to have this conversation, but this sale may not happen until next week, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, 6 months from now. Here is the beauty of it. I want you to imagine waking up every single day and already having a bunch of people to talk to about your product or your service, about your life insurance, your auto insurance, whatever the case may be. I want you to imagine that, because if you've got the mindset of, hey, delayed gratification, it don't mean you're not going to be gratified. It's delayed. But if you start building that pipeline right now, if you start building that list right now, you're going to have it later. Years ago, they had it was a sales contest, and it was between our agency, right, and another agency. And it was how many people It was who can sell the most life insurance, and it was within a 2-month period. And I can remember, because I tell the story all the time. I remember it's clear as day. Of course, I won the competition. Of course, I won the competition. I wrote 67 life apps within 60 days. 67 life apps within 60 days. And so you get your plaque, and they take you up. They took us to a restaurant, and then they take us to the room, and then they want you to get up and tell everybody what you did. And I was more concerned about the check that I received. But I can remember them asking, just share with everybody, how were you able to write 67 life apps in just 60 days? And as I began to tell the reason, I saw a lot of people that had their pens ready to take notes. They began to put their pens down when I said this. I didn't meet like 67 brand new people. I didn't try to sell life insurance to 67 brand new people. The people that I sold those policies to were individuals who I had already met a month ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. All I did was go back to the people who I had already talked to about life insurance, and they were already in my hot list. They were already in my pipeline. These were individuals that I had already spoken to. You see, that's what I mean by having delayed gratification. You need to start building your pipeline today, because the people you speak to today are the sales you're going to make tomorrow. But a lot of salespeople don't get that. You want it today, and you want it right now. And here's the problem. When you don't start making sales, maybe start thinking about things like this. Maybe I'm just not good at sales. Or maybe it just doesn't work. Or here's one of the ones I hear a lot. The leads are weak, right? Anytime I hear a team member say the leads are weak, I think about the clip from Glenn Ross. Some of you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. Look it up right here on YouTube. Glenn Ross. There's a sales part in there where the salesperson says the leads are weak. And watch what the response was. I'm just saying. So here's the thing. Go and let's see here. I don't want to give you guys too much. I don't want to give you too much. All right, I'm not going to give that to you. I'm not going to give that to you. But stop being impatient. The best salespeople understand that something the average salespeople never understand. Today's activity creates tomorrow's income. So delayed gratification, guys, that's probably the number one mindset that I had to figure out in order to take my sales to the next level. I want you to think about farming. So in sales, we talk about farming, we talk about hunters. Everybody has a different skill set. Everybody has a different mindset when it comes to sales. I want you to think about the farmer, right? We know that the farmer builds relationships. They say like a farmer today, they may go out, they'll till the soil, they'll plant the seed, they'll water the seed, they'll cultivate the seed, because they know that there's a harvest that's going to be coming. You've got to take the same mindset in sales. Can't get frustrated because you talk to somebody today, guys, you don't make the sale. Can't get frustrated because you talk to someone today and then you call them tomorrow or next week and then they're ghosting you. If a customer is ghosting you and you're getting frustrated and upset, here's what that should tell you. Your pipeline is not big enough. You don't have enough people in your pipeline, because if you're letting one person or two people ghost you and you're getting upset about it, that means you don't have enough people to speak to. Once I'm doing my follow-up calls, and anytime I follow up on the problem that I solve, not the product. It's got nothing to do with the product. But anytime I find myself getting frustrated because he told me he was going to buy on the first of the month and told me to call him back on the first of the month and he didn't answer, or he told me to call him on payday and he was definitely going to get this on payday, but when I call him on payday, he's not answering. He sends me the voicemail. And when I find myself getting frustrated, that tells me my pipeline is not big enough. Because if my pipeline was big enough, one person couldn't frustrate me. I will be on to the next person and to the next person and to the next person. We're talking about delayed gratification. It's the mindset that you've got to have. Make sure that you're building your pipeline. All right. You cannot control today's sales. You can control today's efforts. Write that down. You cannot control today's sales, but you can control today's efforts. And so again, got to make sure we continue to build our pipeline. One of the biggest mistakes that salespeople make is becoming emotionally attached to today's results instead of staying committed to today's activity. I'll say it again. One of the biggest mistakes that salespeople make is becoming emotionally attached to today's results instead of staying committed to today's activity. Today's activity will lead to tomorrow's results. And when I say tomorrow, I don't necessarily mean tomorrow, but 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. How many times, I know it's happened for me, how many times have you spoken to someone today, no sale, but guys, you'll end up making the sale on that person. It could be 6 months. I think for me, I think it was like 2 years, right? Because it's all about timing. So remember, marry the process and divorce the results. Delayed gratification, number one mindset. Here's the number two mindset. This is a big one. Emotional detachment. Emotional detachment. Team, listen to me. Stop taking rejection so personally. Stop taking rejection so personally. It's part of the profession. People are always asking me, how do you deal with rejection? How do you deal with rejection? How do you deal with rejection? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because on this episode, we're going to deal with it. How do you deal with rejection? How do you deal with the no? Number one, stop taking it so personally. It's got nothing to do with you. People are not saying no to you. They're not even saying no to your company. They're not saying no to you. They're not saying no to your company. They're not saying no to your product. They're not even saying no to your price. What are they saying no to? They're saying no to themselves. They're saying no to their family. They're saying no to the problem that you can solve for them. It's got nothing to do with you. Write these things down. This is important. Some of my favorite. If rejection ruins your day, then sales will ruin your career. If rejection ruins your day, then sales will ruin your career. If you take rejection personally, you'll never make it professionally. Here's the last one. Sales doesn't reward the most talented. It rewards the most resilient. And I love that. Let me say the last one again, because this is speaking directly to me. Sales doesn't reward the most talented. It rewards the most resilient. I was not and I am not the most talented, but I do believe I'm the most resilient. You can knock me down, I'm going to get back up. Your no means nothing to me. It means nothing to me. I can hear a no today and I'm on to the next person, because I understand that no simply means not right now. Resilience is key. How many times can you get knocked down and get back up again? This is what I mean by working on your mindset. See, you can have the skill set, you can know the word track, but if you don't have the right mindset, you won't even use the word track. If you don't have the right mindset, when you use the skill set and you use the word track and it doesn't work, you'll start to get down on yourself. When you get in a slump and you haven't made a sale in the last 30 days, you'll start to beat yourself up if you're not resilient, if you're not emotionally detached. An average salesperson hears the word no and suddenly their confidence disappears. Someone hangs up, you're frustrated. Someone says they need time to think about it, now you're discouraged. Someone buys from a competitor, now you even start questioning yourself if you even know what you're doing. You must become emotionally detached. How do I do that? I understand your no has nothing to do with me. Your no has nothing to do with me. I don't take it personally. You're not rejecting me. You're not saying no to me. You're saying no to yourself. And here's the thing. You're saying no to your family, and I feel sorry for you. When I talk to you as a prospect about life insurance and you tell me, no, I don't want the life insurance, I'm not interested in life insurance, you're not saying no to me, you're saying no to your family. And I genuinely feel sorry for you because I know what's going to happen to your family if you don't leave them enough money to pay off the house. I know what happens to family when they don't have enough money to pay the bills. I know what happens to families when their children don't have enough money to go to college. I know how it affects family when everybody has to get online and start begging strangers to give them money because the father, the mother, the provider didn't leave any money for them. I know what those things feel like. I'm not rejected because you don't want to leave your family any money. That has nothing to do with me. I literally feel sorry for you. The word of God says that Jesus had compassion. I have compassion on you. How can I feel rejected when I truly have compassion? Let me challenge you on this. Maybe you feel rejected simply because you're in this for the wrong reason. Maybe you feel rejected because, thank you, Holy Spirit. Maybe you feel rejected because you're trying to get something from the customer instead of trying to get something to the customer. Watch this. I feel rejected because you don't want what I have. I feel rejected, but I'm just trying to get something to you. I feel sorry for you if you don't want to do what's best for your family. I'm just trying to get something to you. That's it. I'm not trying to get something from you. Obviously, I want to be able to make the sale. Obviously, I got to have the money for you to buy the policy and things like that. But my mindset is completely different. I am trying to get something to you. It's an exchange. If you pay the premium every single month, when the day comes, you're no longer here, we're going to give your family X amount of dollars, and the family's going to be able to do this. So think about the reason you may be feeling rejected when you're speaking with your customers. The problem is this: a lot of team members have tied their self-worth into someone else's decision. Have you tied your self-worth, who you were created to be, in somebody else's decision? Is that what we're doing right now? Somebody else's decision determines who you are. Somebody else's decision determines your self-worth. Do you not know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made? Do you not know that you were created for a purpose? Do you not know that you're more than a conqueror? Do you not know that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength? Do you not know that you're the head and not the tail? Do you not know that you're a lender and not the borrower? How can your self-worth be tied up into someone else's decision? I'm telling you how I get past rejection, because I know there are a lot of people out there in sales who still struggle with this on a daily basis. Why would you give someone else that much power over you? And if you have been giving people that much power over you, then stop it. Stop giving them that power. Know who you are, know who you were created to be, and begin to walk in that authority, begin to walk in that power. One customer does not determine your value. One bad day doesn't disqualify you as a top salesperson or as a 3%er. Don't give people that type of power over you. So that's how I get past rejection. You lost a sale. So what? That doesn't make you a loser. You had a slow month. So what? That doesn't mean that you are slow or that you're going to have a slow career. Remember, the first 2 years, guys, I struggled with insurance sales. I almost gave up. Can you imagine? Think about this. If I had given up, if I had not been resilient when I got a no, I wouldn't be here doing this podcast. I wouldn't have the company, the Risk Advisor Institute. I wouldn't be traveling and speaking and teaching and helping other agents and their teams how to increase their life sales. if I wasn't resilient. I did not have immediate success. You got to hear this. I always say this, right? Every master was a disaster. Every winner was a beginner. 2 years, 2 full years, I struggled in insurance sales, but I was resilient. I didn't give up. And because I didn't give up, you get to be on this podcast today, 3% Mindset. And you don't have to go through all the hell and all the trial and all the error that I went through to be where I am today. I'm giving you the blueprint. I'm giving you the playbook. So detach your emotions from the outcome. Instead, attach your emotions to the process. I'll say it again. Detach your emotions from the outcome. They didn't buy from me, so now I'm down. Detach your emotions from that. Attach your emotions to the process. I'm going to make X amount of calls today come hell or high water. I'm going to talk to X amount of prospects today no matter what. I don't care. I'm going to do it. So detach from the emotions, attach to the process. I'll say this over and over again. This should be somewhere written on your laptop or whatever we see it every day. Marry the process, divorce the results. That is how you get past rejection. All right. Mindset tool number 3. You're not going to like this one. Personal responsibility. Don't you dare cut this off. You heard what I said. Personal responsibility. Again, we're talking about mindset. Now, this truly separates 3%ers from average salespeople because 3%ers, we take ownership. We take ownership. What do we take ownership of? We take ownership of ourselves. We don't blame other individuals. We don't blame leads. We don't blame rate increases. We don't blame our agent. We don't blame our company. We don't blame the person next to us to the left and our right. We don't blame the customer. We take personal responsibility. We take ownership when we're struggling and when we don't make sales. Average people always have an excuse. Average salespeople always have an excuse. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of strong quotes. Remember, the word comes to me first. So I'm not talking at you. Everybody got to get this now. This is important. I'm not talking at you. I'm talking to me. I'm giving you quotes, if you will, that initially I kept around me because when I read these quotes, it encouraged me, it challenged me, and it made me not start to whine. It helped me be resilient. Here are 3 quotes. Pick which one you like best and write it down and keep it somewhere where you can see it every day. Number 1, this was a screensaver that I had on my laptop, and here it is. Excuses are the lies we tell ourselves so that it doesn't have to be our fault. Number 2, those who are good at making excuses are seldom good for anything else. Oh. And here's number 3. Excuses make sense to those people who are used to losing. Golly. Woo! Those hurt. Those hurt and they don't feel good. But they're good for you. We got to get out of the excuse mode. So here's the question. Does blaming something else improve your production? We all know the answer to that is no. One of the greatest lessons I ever learned in the Marine Corps is very simple. Take personal responsibility. People believe that the Marine Corps is built on discipline, and they use that word a lot. It's actually called self-discipline. It's a big difference. Discipline, now you got to have discipline in the Marines. Don't get it twisted, right? But discipline is my superior, my sergeant, my gunny, my company commander telling me what to do, and I go do it. That's having the discipline. Self-discipline is called initiative. It's doing it when there's nobody watching. It's doing it before somebody tells me to go and do it. It's doing the things that I know I need to do without somebody telling me how to do it. That's personal responsibility, especially when it's uncomfortable. So maybe you can't control the lead quality. Maybe you can't control the customer, whether they say yes or no, but you can control your activity. You can control that personal responsibility. So here's my mindset when it comes to customers. Are you ready? I can't make you buy from me, but you can't stop me from asking. I hear this from team members quite often, and I don't understand it, and I do not agree with it. Team members say to me all the time, the customer shut me down. I tried to ask, but they shut me down. I tried to bring it up, but they shut me down. And I'm like, how? Did they take their hand and cover your mouth? Did they reach through the phone and cover your mouth? How can a customer shut you down? Well, they don't want to talk about it. Doesn't matter. I can't make you buy, but you can't stop me from asking. You can't shut me down because you can't control what comes out of my mouth. Hey, Steve, I don't want to talk about life insurance. I only want to talk about auto insurance. And average salespeople go, okay, let me move on. And then they come to me and go, they shut me down. No, they didn't shut you down. You shut yourself down. Same scenario. How does a 3%er handle it? Hey, Steve, I don't want to talk about life insurance. I just want to talk about the auto insurance. Totally understand that. Tell me why not. Like, why would it not be important to leave your family enough money to pay the bills? Do you know how many people died in car wrecks this year? I mean, who promised you that it can't happen to you? I mean, we're definitely going to get the auto insurance done. I'm doing the auto insurance right now, but let me ask you this. What's more important to you, your car or your family? Like if you died in a car wreck, do you want your family to have to live in this car, or would it be important to make sure they still had a roof over their head? Do you think that this company is going to want their money next month if you're gone and your paycheck is gone? The bill's still going to be due? Am I right or wrong? What about the light bill, the water bill, the gas bill? Where's that money going to come from if you don't leave it? What's wrong with doing both? My goodness, if I can get you a good auto rate for you and your family, and I can make sure they had a roof over their head if you died unexpectedly, why would you not want to do both? You can't shut me down. You have zero control over what I say or what I ask, just like I have zero control of making you buy something. So stop with the excuses of my customer shut me down. No one can shut you down other than you. So it doesn't matter what the issue is. Business is slow. We know business is going to be slow. The customer wasn't ready. I know the customer wasn't ready. But 3%ers, guys, we just think differently. We take personal responsibility for the sale, but we also take personal responsibility if we don't make the sale. It's not anyone else's fault. You're never going to grow by protecting your ego. You're only grow by confronting your weakness. You're never going to grow by protecting your ego. You're only going to grow by diving into whatever you feel like you're weak at. The exercise, the role play, the questions I just went over, practice that. If you're weak in that area, practice it over and over again to make sure that you understand exactly how to do it the next time that situation comes up. I want to talk to you about I'm doing my best. How many of you out there feel like when you're having these conversations with customers, you are doing your best? I even hear people say, do your best. As a kid growing up, I was always told, do your best. But years and years ago, I changed my mindset on that. Now, again, I'm talking about the 3% mindset. 97% of people say, do your best. They tell their children to do your best. They tell their salespeople to do their best. I don't believe in it anymore. Let me tell you how 3%ers think. And it came from a story. I'll share a quick story with you. During World War II, Winston Churchill, he brought all of his generals together. And he said to his generals, you guys are losing battle after battle after battle. And if you keep this up, we're going to end up losing the war. And his generals began to give him excuse after excuse after excuse why they were losing the battle. And they said, sir, with everything that we have going on, we're doing our best. And Winston Churchill replied to them, I don't need you to do your best. I need you to do what's necessary. Are you doing what's necessary? How much time do you truly spend developing your skill set? What does your pipeline look like? How many calls are you making each day? How many conversations are you having each day? Do you spend your time learning about your customer, or do you spend your time on entertainment? Are you truly doing your best? But are you willing to do what's necessary? 3% mindset. Personal responsibility. Stop doing your best. Start doing what's necessary. All right, guys, let's bring this to a close. We talked about number one, mindset shift. Delayed gratification. Stop chasing today's results. Start building tomorrow's pipeline. Number two, emotional detachment. We talked about how to deal with rejection. Don't let the customer's decision determine your confidence or your self-worth. And then, of course, number three, we have to take personal responsibility. Own everything that you can control. That's all you can control is your activity. And stop wasting your energy on things you cannot control. After 20 plus years in sales, guys, here's something that I learned. Again, I love it. It's not the talented person that wins. It's the resilient person that wins. You got to ask yourself, are you going to be resilient? Now, here's your challenge. I don't necessarily want you to try to accomplish all three of those things in just over the next week, guys. But for the next 7 days, over the next week, I want you to ask yourself these things when you wake up every single morning. Every morning, just for the next week. Number one, what seeds am I planting today? Number two, how will I respond when I hear the word no? And number three, what can I take ownership of today? For the next week, when you wake up, ask yourself those three things. All right, team. This has been your mindset shift for the week. Until next time we meet again, hoorah.
3%ers. Yeah. We're the 3%ers. Yeah. You gotta know what your word. Don't need more than just words. We don't just talk it, we live it. You want it, go get it and put in that word.